In today's video, we're going to talk about the slice serve versus the kick serve from the righty and lefty perspective so that you can dominate with your serve in matches. We're going to cover three things. The first thing we're going to cover is what exactly is a slice serve? What exactly is a kick serve? The second thing we're going to cover is how and when do you use each in a match so you're mixing up your serve the correct way, serving to the right spots so you can hold serve in the easiest possible fashion. And the third thing I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you how exactly do you hit a kick serve and how exactly do you hit a slice serve with three golden tips that you're going to want to go out try on the court today, as well as a great drill that you're going to be working on and you're going to love it. So let's get right into this video. What exactly is a kick serve? A kick serve is that ball that hits the ground and bounces high off of the court. It almost appears to explode off of the bounce. That's when you're facing a really good kick serve. And the advantage for a righty is if you can do it on the ad side and get the ball to go off the court, especially if you're a doubles player, you have a really nice angle to bring that ball off the court and into strike zone 4, which is over your opponent's shoulders, which people don't like. I've asked my students, hey, what do you think about strike zone 4, where the ball is over your shoulder, especially on the backhand side? And on a scale of A to F, if you're back in school, people give themselves D's and F's. So there's a heavy advantage and incentive for a right-hander to learn and work on a kick serve that goes to the ad side off the court to the backhand, because then you're going to get a lot of unreturnable serves and a lot of weak returns that either your partner can put away or you can put away. Okay, so for you right-handers, now we're on the deuce side, and it becomes much harder because you're serving from the outside of the court to get that ball to go down the tee and stay on the backhand side. It's going to tend to kick up, but sit up and be moving more into your opponent's forehand unless you're really excellent at this. So you have to be careful about hitting kick serves down the tee as a righty unless you're really good at it, because there's a great chance you're going to hit it into your opponent's forehand. Now, from the lefty perspective, on the deuce side, it's easiest for us to hit it out wide and get it off the court. That's the big advantage for us as lefties. And we want to use this as a changeup because it's going to be tough because we are going to our opponent's forehand. So if you keep giving them too many looks, they're probably going to get in the zone, especially if they like a high forehand. But if you're really good at hitting your slice down the tee, getting the ball off the court as a changeup is a really effective play, because now guess what? You open up the backhand even though you're hitting to the forehand. It's the same thing for lefties when we go over to the ad side, though. You have to be careful about hitting that kick serve down the tee because it is tough to do, and we're also hitting to the forehand, so that's a double whammy. Okay, so let's talk about the slice serve. What is the slice serve? The slice serve is that ball that curls off the court. It's got a curve to it. The ball tends to slide or glide through the court, skid, and the ball is typically moving a little faster than a kick serve. And the advantage for a lefty, especially on the ad side, is now we can get it to the right-hander's backhand. They got to get way off the court. It opens up the court for easy putaways for ourselves. So it's a big advantage to use on the ad side. Now here's the cool thing for lefties. When we move over to the deuce side, now it's also an advantage for lefties, and this is why some people think it's not fair, to still find our opponent's backhand when we hit a slice, because we're working on the inside here. So it's easy for me to curl around the ball and still find the middle of the box, still finding that tee over there and sliding it to my opponent's backhand. So that's why people think that lefties have an unfair advantage, because most lefties, they work really hard on their slice serve and they can go on the backhand side, on the deuce and the ad side pretty easily all day long. Now, if you're a right-hander and you're working on your slice serve, you can slide the ball way off the court on the deuce side pretty easily if you work on it, especially if you're playing doubles. So continue to work on that slice serve. Obviously, the disadvantage is you're going at your opponent's forehand. So you're going to have to beat them typically in two ways, either with pace or angle. And if you can have both, that's the best of both worlds. So you can have nice pace, nice angle. You can slide that opponent's forehand off the court. They have to reach for it, so they're not going to have strength to crush the forehand back. And now you have the advantage of hitting to the open court to the backhand. So righties should work on their slice serve a lot. You're still going to have a big advantage even on the deuce side. The big mistake you can't make is obviously if it's going too slow or you don't get it off the court, it's right into the opponent's forehand and they can clobber that serve. Now, if you're a righty and you're serving up the tee here on the ad side, again, since you're serving from the inside, you can still make that ball curl and curve, but remember you are serving it to your opponent's forehand. So you have to be careful. You probably want to be a little more selective when you're going to go slice down the tee in your tennis matches. Now, one serve you don't want to forget about as a righty and a lefty, whether you're hitting a slice or a kick serve, is either kicking it into the body or sliding it into the body. That into the body serve usually will force your opponent's racket face to open up. This is going to create unforced errors and make the ball pop up. All right, let's get into the how-to portion of this video so you know by the end of this video how to hit a good kick serve, how to hit a good slice serve. Okay, so now we're going to get into the how-to. I'm going to give you 3 tips for a kick serve, 3 tips for a slice serve, as well as 1 drill so you go out and work on it. Also, I'm going to be working on 2 new videos, a complete guide to slice serves and a complete guide to kick serves that's going to go into more detail. So if you'd like more detail on your kick serve and your slice serve, that's going to be coming out soon on my YouTube channel, so make sure you subscribe. Remember, when you subscribe to my channel, my buddy B2 here is going to give you 100 free B2 puppy kisses, as well as he might be a ball boy in your next tennis match. You ready, B2? Tip number 1, develop that kick. You want to have the correct grip and the correct starting stance. So this is tip number 1. They go together. So you're going to need that continental grip or an Eastern backhand grip. Let's go through that. If you have the continental grip, you're going to be able to put spin on the ball. So you basically take the web in your hand, you run it down, you grab it. And for a little extra kick, you kick it out this way, so now your strings are facing up more. If you watch like Sam Stosur or Stefan Edberg, Pat Rafter, I think they might have slid a little further to that open racket face, get that kick. Now, the next thing is look at my stance. Do you see how my feet are lined up this way? This enables me to, when I make my first move, is to show the chest back to the fence. That's important because what we don't want to do is we don't want to start rotating the back shoulder too soon and open up. That's going to gravitate more towards a slice serve. So you really need to hold your hips, your shoulders, your whole body towards the net post longer so that you can kick out on that ball and make it move off the court and bounce high off the court. Tip number 2 to develop a sick kick, I call it the double rainbow for tip 2 and 3. So we're going to work on something called the double rainbow. So tip number 2 is about creating a rainbow with your toss. So when you hit a kick serve, see if you toss it out there where I can hit slice or I can hit flat out here, it's going to be really tough to hit a kick serve there. You want that ball moving back towards your ball cap here. So you're going to have to hold on the toss longer and create a rainbow arcing looking toss, okay? So it reminds me of the rainbow coming back at you. So you're going to come here, you're going to let go of that ball, so it's going to go more over your head. I'm going to change the camera angle so you can really see that ball coming over my head. So guys, watch me make the rainbow with my kick, serve, toss. Think about creating a rainbow. See, that one didn't do it. Back here, so that I can do and create something called the double rainbow, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So tip number 3 creates the double rainbow, and that's a swing path. So what we have here is we have 2 relationships going on. We have the toss, and then we have the swing path. Rainbow, double rainbow. 1 rainbow, 2 rainbow. And the more you can get this relationship happening easy, you can get that kick serve to work. So that's the swing path that I'm going to be doing here. I'm going to toss up, I'm going to create a rainbow, and I'm going to create a double rainbow with my kick serve. That's what you want to think about. You want to think about, instead of swinging forward through the ball, which would flatten it out, you want to think about creating a rainbow so the ball is going to go higher over the net. Here comes a double rainbow swing, so I get the ball to go higher over the net and kick off the court. Now for your drill, I want you to practice something I call around the world, okay? So we're going to go around the world here with our drill. So for me as a lefty, I'm going to be starting on the do side. Righties are going to be starting on the add side. And we're going to work on our double rainbow toss and swing path from right here, right around the service box. And it doesn't matter if the serve goes in or out. In fact, I really don't want you working too hard to aim for the box. If it goes in the box, great. I want you working on a double rainbow swing path to get that ball to kick up. You see how that ball kicked right over the fence. So we know we had some good height on that. After you move there, you're going to move here. And you're going to continue to work on that double rainbow swing path. So you're here, you work on that double rainbow swing path and work on your kick serve. You come here, back a little further, work on that double rainbow kick serve. There's another one that pretty much bounced over the fence. You come all the way back here, you keep working on it until you get to your doubles position. That would be your around the world drill for your kick serve. Let's get into the how-tos of your slice serve. All right, so your slice serve, let's get into your 3 tips. Tip number 1 is, again, you want to be in that continental grip, and you might even want to open it up towards the eastern backhand grip if you want to get extra slice on it. If you want to hit your slice a little flatter, you're going to be more in an aggressive continental grip, sliding towards the eastern forehand grip. Does that make sense? Because I think with the slice serve, you have a lot of opportunity to create pace, and then some more to create more angles. So play around with that continental grip and move it back and forth, because you can find that you can hit lots of different types of slice serves. I think the slice serve has a little bit more variety chances in it than your kick serve. Okay, the second thing we're going to talk about on the slice serve is the toss. I'm going to show you a video I just made on the slice serve a little while back. We talked about the toss and that it's so important to toss the ball out in front and to the side if you want your easiest opportunity to really make that ball slide off the court. So many people just want one toss. They just want that toss that's basically around their kick serve toss. But I find it's really hard to hit a slice serve for most people with that toss. It becomes extremely easy when you start tossing the ball out in front and to the side, getting that ball out into the court. Why does it become easy? Because it frees up your hips and your shoulders. So tip number 2 is when we're hitting this, we want that toss out into the court to free up your hips and your shoulders to come around. And then your final tip, your 3rd tip, really focus on and look at your finish. I call it the ice cream scoop finish, to where I finish high and right around my face to where I could lick an ice cream cone, okay? So you're gonna come here and you're gonna do a big ice cream scoop finish and slide way around. Look how that ball comes off the court. Look how high my finish is. That allows you to be relaxed and really get a nice cut through the court, making that ball slide. Let's go through your drill. Guessed it. We're going to do the same exact drill for the slice serve, the around the world drill. So you want to start up right here, right around the doubles line. And you want to throw that ball up and really make it cut off the court. Look how far I can make that ball cut off the court so I can see how much potential is there. Then you're going to come back to here and work on it. Then here and work on it. And then once you end up here, this is going to help you develop a really nasty out wide slice serve in your doubles matches. So follow those tips, come out and do your around the world drill. And I have a couple things for you right now. If you want to see my complete guide to slice serves, then make sure you subscribe. Also, if you would like to go through a 7-day serve challenge where you not only learn how to have a great kick serve, a great slice serve, but you improve your toss, you improve your power, your accuracy. I have a free 7-day serve challenge that you can click up here in the card section. You can go also down the description box. And if you'd like to train with me, we just have 2 camps left in Atlanta. I call them hyper-focus camps. We just have 4 people come on out. If you're interested in training with me, either in Atlanta or traveling around the world, make sure you fill out that interest form that I'm going to put also in the description box. This is Pete from Crunch Time Coaching signing off. Best of luck on your kick and your slice serve. Stay obsessed.